Chickens are a great mob in Minecraft. You can cook and eat their meat, you can use the feathers that they drop to make arrows, and you can make cake from their eggs. They're pretty easy to farm as well. You don't have to use wheat every time to breed new ones like you do with other passive mobs. While you can do that, you can also pick up their eggs, throw them, and eventually get new chickens. Throwing them like this is kind of annoying though, because you've got to stand there and do it yourself. So it'd be great to have a machine that'll do it for you. One way to do this is to put eggs into a dispenser, hook it up to a button. Every time you punch the button, you get an egg. Then, however many eggs you've got to stay there and keep punching the button. Instead of standing there throwing the eggs, by making a circuit that pulses the dispenser, we can just stand on a pressure plate and have it throw the eggs for us. The signal from the pressure plate gets picked up here, travels down to a pulsing circuit, which then feeds back up into the dispenser. Alternatively, if you don't want to have to stand on the pressure plate all day while you wait for your eggs to be thrown, you can do a different design. Step onto it, step off of it, and it's throwing. You can leave this until the eggs run out, or you can walk away, come back a bit, stand on the pressure plate again, stops the circuit. Again, we're picking up the signal from the pressure plate. This time we're feeding it down into a loop of repeaters that also has a piston that switches it on and off. So let's see how the first one works. The pressure plate sends a signal to an inverter, which then sends a constant signal in the off state to the pulsar. One block there, another like Mickey Mouse ears. One redstone torch acting as a second inverter off of this block, and a repeater facing backwards that's set to the last tick. You then just feed the power out, going into tower of repeaters to feed the dispenser. All works very simply. You can also use a switch to turn this circuit on and off. The second design is a little more complicated. Our pressure plate feeds down through a repeater that's used just to prevent the signal coming backwards through it into another loop of repeaters. We've got 5 here, one of which feeds into a block that's pushed forwards by a piston. The other 4 repeaters are all set on their last tick. This last one and the one that feeds into the circuit can just be in their first state. The piston is operated by an inverted signal that comes from the side of the pressure plate block, goes through another repeater, just so that we set the timing a little bit. When I step on the pressure plate, power will flow into the loop circuit, pass through the block, and continue around and around, each time pulsing our dispenser. Slightly after I've stepped on it and the power's passed through the block, the piston will retract. But because I'm going to step onto the pressure plate and straight off, it'll be back in place before the circuit comes around the next time. To switch the circuit off, I just stand on the pressure plate, it pulls back the piston, the block's out of the way, power can't continue through. And there you have it.